morning, everyone. Hi, Sophia. Good morning. Sorry, good afternoon. I keep saying morning. Good afternoon to everyone joining this live. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's live session. My name is Alima Ade, your wonderful host from Nexi Concept Limited for this live session. Today we'll be having a very interesting topic about Pearson test of English, and we have a very special guest that will be joining us from their team. So I'll be introducing her shortly. However, I just want to wait a few minutes for people to join the live session. I can see people joining. I can see Ofemi 90, Sophia. Yes, so I can see Ebu Ayahu. Okay, I can see quite a few people join the live session. So sorry. Okay. So I'm just still waiting for a few minutes for others to join, then we'll kick off proper. So while we are all waiting, I'll just invite our guests in. 1 minute, please. Okay. All right. Welcome, everyone. Who, once again.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Welcome, Miss Eugenia, to this live session. Okay. So we're just waiting for a few. I think the numbers are coming up. We're waiting for a few people to join the live session, and then we'll kick off properly. A few minutes. Okay. Okay, so I think we can start. Yeah. So welcome everyone to today's live session. This is Alima Ade from Nexi Concept Limited, and as we know, as a culture, we hold our live session every Wednesday by 12 noon, where we share insightful information, and we also bring representatives from different organizations that would benefit, that would give us information that could benefit each and every one of us attending the live session today. So for today, we have a special guest from Pearson Test of English. I know we are all familiar with the test of English, or the English requirements that most schools would want us to provide when applying to their schools. This could differ by countries, by universities, by college, and all of that. So we have today Mrs. Eugenia. So we'll just give her a few minutes. Can you please introduce yourself to us, and
Okay.
your role in Pearson Test of English?
Okay then. I believe you can hear me loud and clear, Alima.
Yeah, I can, and I know other on the audience can also hear you.
Okay, great. So my name is Eugenia Odame Yeboah. I'm the business development specialist for Pearson PTE, and I handle the Africa region.
Okay.
I'm indeed happy to be here. So good morning. I'm based in Ghana. It's still morning. So good morning to those of you who have joined from Ghana, and good afternoon to those in Nigeria.
Okay, good afternoon. Thank you so much. I think, um, yeah, okay. So they just confirmed they can hear us. Thank you so much for introducing yourself. And please, just to add in, if you have questions or concern while the presentation is going on, please put it in the chat box and then we will respond to it at the end of the session. All right, so please, what is PTE and why is PTE important?
Okay. So PTE is basically the acronym for Pearson Test of English.
Okay,
Now, it is a secured English language exam that shows one's proof of English language proficiency.
okay,
And it is usually required by universities abroad and by the government and even by companies for study abroad and for migration purposes.
okay,
PTE is important as part of the documents that you submit for your application because sometimes without it, your application is not complete. Universities would want to know whether you can speak, read, write, and listen in English language, that is, communicate in English
yeah,
language. Same as the visa offices, they want to be sure that you can communicate in English language before they can grant your request. I know Nigeria is an English speaking country,
yeah,
but they still want to find out our English language proficiency level before your admission is approved or your visa is approved. So it is very important.
yeah. So I can attest to this as a student recruitment person, officer, that there are lots of schools that require you to provide English test. Okay. And they also have a score to it. Thank you for highlighting the importance of PTE. Okay. So given that, we'd like to know who can take this test and what schools and countries require you to provide PTE.
Okay, so everybody who has the dream of studying abroad can easily take PTE or working abroad, or even if you have family members, especially in the United Kingdom, and you want to join them, you may be required to provide proof of English language proficiency, and that's where PTE comes in.
Okay.
Currently, PTE is accepted by the Australian, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and the Canadian government for visa purposes. So those who want to migrate to these countries, if you are required to show proof of English language proficiency for visa purposes, these countries approve of it. Now, for study abroad, we have over 3,500 institutions worldwide accepting PTE scores. We have universities in the United States, in Australia, in Canada, in New Zealand, in Poland, Sweden, Finland, Ireland, Dubai, Turkey, even Iceland. I'm
Oh,
told that PTE scores are accepted. Now, the
wow.
reason why all these countries do accept PTE scores is that it is a single 2 hour test. It is a computer based test. Within 48 hours, you get your results, and you can share the results with as many institutions as possible. So it
There's
is
no
stress
limit.
free,
Oh,
worry free, and hassle free.
okay. All right. Thank you so much. I think you already delved into the second part of my question. Okay. So, can you provide an overview? Or I know you started the explanation already, but we just want it in awesome. Yes. Can you provide an overview of the text structure and the section for PTE exam?
Okay, so like I already said, it is a simple 2 hour test that is
Mm-hmm.
taken at an approved computer-based center in various jurisdictions. So in Nigeria, we have test centers, approved test centers where the test is taking. Now, the test seeks to assess your speaking, writing, reading, and listening skills. Now, during the taking of the test, The test is broken down into three components. Part one will focus on speaking and writing. Under
Mm-hmm.
speaking and writing, you have question types such as read aloud. You have a script in front of you and you are required to read aloud. You also have repeat a sentence. You hear a sentence being read and you are expected to repeat it. Retell a lecture. You hear a lecture and you're supposed to retell it. And then in that particular section, you're required to write an essay of not less than 300 words. And here I always tell my audience that words such as I, is, am, you, her, she are all considered as words and will be counted as part of the 300. The
Okay.
second part is focuses on the reading aspect. Under that section, you have multiple choice questions. You will have fill in the blanks to try your hands at. And then on the third part, we have the listening part, where
Okay.
you will have question types such as fill in the blanks, highlight the correct summary, highlight the incorrect word, and highlight the correct word, select the missing word. So you see, it is pretty straightforward. Like I always tell people, it is not rocket science. It is everyday English language that we speak, and we just want to assess how fluent you are in the language.
Okay. Okay. So, what is the required score for PTE, and how is it?
Good. That is
Yes.
That is a blanket kind of question. The reason
Okay.
why I say that is that there are cut required score or the home offices propose for visa purposes. For instance, for PTE core, the test for migration to Canada, you are
Okay.
required to get a minimum score of 60. For the
Okay.
UK, you are required to have a minimum score of between 40 to 60, depending on whether you're using it for study or for migration abroad. Now, when it comes to study, for
Okay.
most of in fact, all the universities do have a minimum score that you ought to obtain. So it is different. It's different from University A to
Okay.
University B.
Uh,
One university can say the minimum score you need to obtain is 50. Another one will say the minimum score you need to obtain is 60. And so whenever you are applying to study, always pay attention to the minimum score requirements
okay.
proposed by the university, and that is what will guide you in your preparation or your quest to take an English language proficiency test and obtaining the right score.
Okay, so thank you so much. And just to reiterate on what you just said, so the score depends on the university or
Exactly.
the colleges you're going for. Yeah. So just look out for the
Exactly.
test score and then work to achieve it. Thank you so much. I think we've
Perfect.
covered the part of the general information. So we just need to. The next part is for application process. So how does PTE score influence application or admission process for schools?
Good. Lovely question. In as much as most of us would want to skip
Yeah.
the part of writing an English language proficiency exam,
Mm-hmm.
it is very, very relevant. Once a university is requesting for you to provide proof and you don't have any other alternate means of providing proof, you don't have a choice but to write this exam. Once the
Yeah.
Home Office is also requesting, you don't have a choice. People have had their admission processes held up because they didn't provide English language proficiency scores. People have had their visa processes delayed because they didn't provide proof of English language scores. So, yes, we speak English and we might want to give excuses for not taking the exam, but please note that it is really, really relevant in the admission process as well as the visa process.
Okay, so what role does PTA plays in scholarship decisions?
Well, I wouldn't say that PTE plays a very huge role in the scholarship process. Scholarship is basically dependent on the grades obtained by the overall grades obtained by a candidate, as well as the needs of the candidate. If the
Okay.
candidate is brilliant but needy, that is where scholarship comes in. So PTE really doesn't play a major role when it comes to scholarships. We just want to assess your English language proficiency and off we go. We really don't have ties with scholarship agencies at the moment. Maybe in future we can consider that, as it is a very hot topic that is usually discussed in most jurisdictions.
Okay, so just to chip in, I know there are various scholarships that are available, especially in the USA. Yeah, and
Mhm.
then one of the requirements is to provide an English test. I think where PTE comes in is that PTE is one of the recognized
Te-
English test provider, yeah, that you can apply to and then use that to submit. It's a requirement for your scholarship. So once you have
Exactly.
PTE, it's another advantage. Yeah, thank you so much. So now, what
Exactly. And
advice? Okay.
just to chip in a bit, so we have scholarship boards
Mm-hmm.
recognizing PT. The Australian, New
Yeah.
Zealand scholarship boards are recognizing, the Chevening Scholarship Board is recognizing, US, like you said, they are recognizing. But what I wanted to emphasize was about the fact that if you do ace your PTE score, that doesn't mean that it's going to affect the
Yeah,
grant that they're
automatically
going to
grants
give
you a scholarship.
you. Exactly.
Yeah,
That
it doesn't.
that is a
It doesn't.
no, but then it is recognized by various scholarship boards across various jurisdictions.
All right. Thank you so much for that clarification. So, what advice do you have for students that didn't ace their PTA score?
Well, the advice is pretty simple.
Yeah.
When in 2020, we introduced something, 2022, sorry, we introduced something that helps students who did not or do not get the required score. It is called a skills profile. When they do get their score report, beneath, just at the bottom part of the score report, there's a tab known as skills profile. Now, that skills profile helps you to know where you need to improve in order to
Oh,
ace your next test better. You know, when you write an exam and then the results come and then you have to write the test again and you don't know where to start learning and what to focus on, it's a bit frustrating. So we
yeah.
have made it pretty simple. When you click on that button, it will show you, okay, so you as a candidate, you need to improve on open-ended sentences. You need to improve on your multiple choice question. You need to improve on the fill in the blank section. That is what we do for candidates. So it is a way of saying, don't give up, give it a
Yeah.
try again, prepare better, and you will do better this time. Again, with
Mm-hmm.
PTE, candidates do not, and I emphasize, do not have to wait for a 21 waiting window before they
Mm-hmm.
can take another test. If
Oh,
you get your score report today and you
okay.
didn't get the required score,
Mm.
please look for the next available test date. It can be 2 days away, it can be 3 days away. You can easily book the exam without any penalty. So we don't have a waiting window.
Mm-hmm.
Book the test as and when you're ready at your convenience.
Wow, that's another advantage. Yeah, thank you for highlighting. So, for people that are preparing to do the PT, what are the recommended strategies you would have them follow to
Alima,
ace
that's
their
a very
test?
good question.
Yes, please.
More often than not, people think that because they can speak English, they just
Yeah.
pick up their bags, book the test, and go sit behind the computer and take the exam. They only
Mm-hmm.
come out and say, "Oh, they didn't give me the required score." That is
Why?
because you didn't prepare.
Yeah.
So preparation is very, very key. So what we have done to assist our candidates in this regard are as follows.
Okay.
When you log on to our website, www.pearsonpte.com, you will find a tab known as preparation. Now, when you click on that button, there are a variety of preparation materials. There are some that are free, there are some that are paid for. Now, I'll focus on the free one, or I'll explain the free one. So, under the free one, you have what we call the taster test. It will give you a taste of PTE by asking you some questions. The
Okay.
second option is that we have an app that is currently on Play Store, on Android and App Store. Okay, so you can download this app. The app is known as the Official Guide to PTE Academic. Download this app and it would help you to prepare. The purpose of this app is to help candidates to prepare for the exam. We also have courses, free courses provided by our partners, E2 Languages, that would enable you prepare. Lastly, we have videos on YouTube on our channels to
Okay.
help you prepare and ace the exam. Now, for the scored practice or for the paid ones, we have what we call the scored practice test. Now, this is what I will call a mock test of the actual
Okay.
test. So you actually pay for these tests, and it gives you a replica of the test that you would have taken, or the live test, if I should put it that way. So it comes in bundles. We have the bronze package, we have the silver, we have the gold. Under the bronze package, which is about $59 or $40, sorry, you get
Okay.
two PTE tests to take. 2 hours, it will assess your speaking, writing, reading, and listening. So you take these tests, and within 24 hours, oh no, 20 minutes, sorry, you get your results.
Results.
And then
Okay.
this will help you and guide you to know where to do better, where you didn't do better. The bronze package would give you 4 tests and then a question bank. We have a question bank that is full of questions, over 300 questions that you can have at your disposal to prepare for the exam. And then the gold package, 5 tests, mock tests, and then the question bank. And then we also have the official guide to PTE academic. So please, all these resources are on our website. Please purchase them. Use the free resources as well to help you prepare. You cannot overemphasize preparation when it comes to taking of English language
That's
exam.
true.
It is key.
Thank you. Okay, so thank you so much for that. I think you've mentioned the resources and then where to get the resources to, which
Yeah.
is very important. Okay, and also, how far advanced should students start preparing for their PTE exam or test? For instance, if a student is going for this September, sorry, or January intake, what would you advise a student to do as of now regarding PTE test?
So what I will advise the students to do is to start preparation. Start
Okay.
preparing. Start taking the taster test, start joining the courses online, start taking advantage of all the preparatory resources.
Okay.
You see, we shouldn't underestimate some of these exams and assume that we'll be okay. Preparation, start early enough, and then that would help you get the required score. In other jurisdictions like South Africa, they take the scored practice test very, very seriously, and
Okay.
that helps them to get what we call superior scores. We have
Okay.
students getting an overall score of 90 in PTE.
Wow.
Which university wouldn't accept you if you have
Wow.
90 in
Yeah.
PTE? So start early with the preparation, take advantage of the resources on our website, and I am sure that you will get the required score or even do better in the exam.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think I love the reference you made to someone that had 90.
Yeah,
Yeah, so presenting a certificate or an English test of you having 90 is already an added advantage to
exactly.
any application you do. Any application you're doing, because these universities are looking out for students that are academically sound. So
Yeah,
you having 90 already in PT shows that you know what you're doing
yeah.
and you were well prepared for the test. Okay, thank you so much for that explanation. So I'm seeing some questions, so please drop them and then we would almost round up soon so she can address all the questions you have. Okay, so what final advice do you have for students preparing for PT?
Okay, so for those who are preparing for PT, like I said, take advantage of the resources we have online
Mm-hmm.
and prepare as much as you can. also, in Nigeria, the test is priced at 150 US dollars, and in
Okay.
Ghana, it's priced at 235 US dollars. So, in Nigeria, we have vouchers in country. We have the vouchers being sold by Center Base International, located in Yaba and Ikeja. Those Lekki, sorry, phase one, sorry, not Ikeja, Lekki phase one. So this is one of our resellers. You can call them, you can get your vouchers on with them, and then it can help you book the exam. Or you can call SIUK as well. They are resellers in Nigeria, and then they can help you buy the vouchers to help you finalize your booking, especially in Nigeria. If you are in Ghana, you can contact our partner, Linear Assessment Test Center. They are in Ghana. Give them a call. You can purchase your vouchers from them. Or for Ghana, you can use your Visa card to make the payment. But even in Nigeria, you can use your dollar Visa cards to make payment online for the exam.
Okay. Yeah, so in addition to that, the reason why we brought PTE on this live session is to ensure that there is a collaboration already with Nexi Concept Limited. So our
Yes.
students or people that are reaching out to us that are interested in proceeding with the application or writing PTE English test, you can still reach out to us and then we would connect you to the right source on getting the vouchers and all. Yeah, thank you.
Yes,
You want to say
and
something?
Alima, yes, for Nexi Consult, all students who reach out to you
Yeah.
and book
Okay.
their exam through you are going to be given free preparatory resources in addition to what I have already explained.
Oh, thank
So
you.
if you do your booking through Nexi Consult, be it Ghana or in Nigeria, you will be provided with an 11-hour free PTE video, 70 sample questions, and some tips on how to ace the exam. So please, if you are on the call, by all means, reach out to Alima and her team, whether you're in Nigeria or Ghana. They will do the booking for you, and then we would release those resources to you to enable you ace that PTE score.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Yeah, so I just saw a question. I think we need to attend to it before we go to the next part of this. So someone is asking, which is Afro Sushi, is asking, is there somewhere I can take lessons if I need help preparing? I think we did
Yes,
that, but I think we just joined the session. So kindly take, kindly provide answer again for this. Thank
okay,
you.
so there are two ways. You can decide to prepare on your own by taking advantage of the resources on our website. Log on to our website, www.pearsonpte.com, select the button under preparation, and you will be, it will showcase a ton or a number of free resources that you can have access to. Or you can also buy the scored practice test, which would give you a taste of the live PT exam to help you prepare. Number two, we'll give you free resources if you're doing the booking through Nexi Consult. And
Yeah.
I'm sure, Alima, going forward, we will actually extend the partnership for it to include a preparation center at
Okay.
Nexi, or there will be tutors or counselors at Nexi who will help you to prepare for the exam as yes soon.
All right, thank you. So Afro Sushi, so you could just send a DM to us and then we'll take up this request from there. Just for like a final question, or I'm seeing one question here. I think we've actually explained this or you've answered this before. Someone is asking, okay, the same Afro Sushi is asking how much does it take to take the test? I don't know if you can
Okay,
take that
so I'll
again.
take
So
that again. So
yes, please.
if Afro Sushi is in Nigeria, is 150 US dollars, and if you are in Ghana, is 235 US dollars. That's the price of the exam.
Yes, okay. All right. So we've addressed where you can get information on how to prepare for the test, and we've also addressed the test fee. Please, if you have further questions or more questions, drop them in the chat box so she can respond to them. You now have the opportunity to speak directly with a representative from Pearson Test of English. That's actually something very awesome. Most people have questions in their mind that have not been answered regarding most of the English tests out here. And today we have the opportunity to be graced by one of their representative, PTE, from PTE, to answer all of your questions. Okay, so finally, I think you've actually mentioned that. Oh, thank you. Afusushi is saying thank you to you. All right.
You're welcome, our
Yeah.
Sushi. I can't wait for you to reach out to
Yeah.
Nexi Consult and book your PTE exam. Alima, whilst we wait for other questions to come in, I just want to mention the locations of our test centers in Nigeria.
Okay.
So for Lagos, we have one test center in Lekki Phase 1. It is manned by Centerbase International. The
Okay.
second one, again in Yaba, also manned by Centerbase International. The third one is in Surulere, manned by Belaz Education Services. And then we also have Emerging Trees in Kaduna. We also have, again, Emerging Trees in Abuja. And then another test center at Brookstone International School, again in Abuja. We are actually in the process of establishing a new site in Port Harcourt. When that is finalized, we will notify you accordingly. We really want to make the test closer to each and
So
every one of you. Exactly.
yeah, so that's actually a good initiative, and then I know we have students from different areas of Nigeria
I
looking at,
know.
and also in Ghana, yeah, looking at
Yes.
taking
Oh, I forgot
English.
about Ghana. So
Yeah.
in Ghana is at the Linear Assessment Test Center. You will find the Linear in the Total House building,
Okay.
adjacent CD house. That is where the test center is. But please do not walk to the test center, any of the test centers I've mentioned, to say, I'm here to book a PTE test. All the booking is either done through a partner like Nexi Consult, or
Okay.
it is done, the booking is done via our website, like I've already mentioned, www.pearsonpt.com. As soon as you log on the top right-hand corner of the page, the landing page, you will find a button that says Book Test. Once you click on that button, it will walk you through the seamless process of booking the exam until you get to the part where you have to select a location where you
Okay.
take the exam. So if you want to take the test in Surulere, you select Surulere. If you want to take it in Abuja at Emerging Trees, you select that. If you are in Ghana and you want to take the test at Linear Assessment Center, you take the test. So on the day of the test, please ensure that you get to the test center 30 minutes before the scheduled time. I repeat, if your test is scheduled for 1 p.m., make sure you are at the test center by 12:30. The reason is that you would have to go through certain processes and procedure. Your biometrics will have to be taken. A photograph will have to be taken of you before the test starts at exactly
Okay.
1 p.m. So
Yeah.
please take note of that. It's really relevant.
Oh, that's a very good information. Thank you so much for highlighting that. Yeah, so I would like to emphasize on how still Nexi Concept Limited will come in. So we are starting your application process from the beginning
Okay.
down to the end of when you arrive at this destination. So now, first thing first is for us to search for the school that fits your profile and your preference. Okay, and if peradventure one of these schools or your interested school has an English test required. So sorry, I have a call. So sorry. Okay, so if peradventure one of the schools that we've or your preferred school has requires an English test, we will recommend PTE to you, PTE, and then we'll walk you through the process of booking and also going to these various locations to take the test. We would counsel you on all of the various information. I know, given that we are partnered with PTE already. They will furnish us with all the necessary materials, and then we would also give you those materials and also point you on the right direction to go when your searching their online portal for the resources to prepare adequately to take this test. Okay, like I mentioned, next is still your one-shot plug to any of this. Okay, so we are giving you all of this information and bringing all of this partnership to you to make all of your admission process easy peasy. Okay. Oh, we're almost done. So sorry. Okay, so I don't get distracted. Yeah. Okay, so someone is asking, how do one make payments in Naira? You mentioned that. I don't know if it's something you can take
Okay.
before
Sure.
we close for the day.
Sure. So if you contact any of the resellers I mentioned earlier, they will be able to do the conversion into Naira for you. So yes, the payment is accepted in Naira if you are buying the voucher from the resellers, that is Centerbase and then SIUK. But if you are directly paying for the exam online via our website, you will have to pay in USD. And that is why you need a USD card to make
To
the
make the payment.
payment if you are booking online. Finally, if Nexi Consult's partner portal is up and they are also booking on your behalf, well, they can decide to accept the payment in Naira or in USD. There's always that option available. We totally understand how things are, the economic situation. So we accept the payments through the resellers in either Naira or in USD.
Wow. Thank you so much for clarifying that too. Yeah, I think that's the last question we have for today. And yeah, so I'm just going through again. That's the last question we have for today. Thank you so much, Mrs. Eugenia, for gracing this invite to give us this wonderful presentation on PTE. I know a lot of people that have joined this session and they are edified about what is required, how to prepare, and the various application process that is needed to take PTE test. Okay, and again, Nexi Concept Limited, as your partner, would always help you make this process easy for students to connect with you accordingly. So thank you for everyone that joined the session. Like I said, Nexi Concept Limited is a one-shop blog, and if you have questions or concern about PTE, further questions or concern about PTE, please send a message via the DM and we will respond to it as soon as possible. Thank you so much. See you
Thank
next time.
you.
Yeah.
Bye
So do you have any
bye.
final thing you want to say?
Well, the final thing I want to say
All
is
right.
that you can follow our social media pages, Pearson
Mm-hmm.
Languages on Instagram, same on LinkedIn, same on Facebook, as well, Meta channels. You can follow us and then get more updates about PTE. But when it comes to English language proficiency exam,
Mm-hmm.
look no further.
Oh, please.
Please select PTE as your preferred choice because it is stress-free, it is worry-free, and you get your results in only 48 hours of taking the exam. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. So we'll draw the curtain here and say bye. See you next time. Oh.